Okay, welcome everybody to Tier 2 for the race here in Kota. It looks a bit cloudy. Hopefully we don't get any rain. Dry is always the best to look at. As we have Marky Kostik first out. In the beautiful Red Bull. It's gonna be a dry session, which we love to see. Some people putting on the mediums, and is probably gonna come out in a second. A medium soft can be very strong, but you can also get stuck in traffic, which you wouldn't like. And also there's always potential safety cars and stuff to hinder that. And here we see Marky Kostik coming out to finish straight to start the first hot lap. And you start by going up this very steep hill, which is a very wide corner, so you can take multiple lines in the race, which is gonna give a very fun lap 1. And here we have the dreaded SS. I'm gonna bet, yep, I was gonna say that I'm gonna bet for a couple of invalidated laps here, and I'm also gonna guess quite a lot of penalties. Both Premier Tier and Tier 1 has been won by someone who hasn't had penalties, so it shows that maybe be a bit slower as the Chaos Druid retires. Maybe be a bit slower, but don't get penalties, and you can get very, very far. As you come down to start the long back straight, which is most likely gonna form a DRS train. During the race, which is always fun. Then you brake for another wide corner. And you can just see how many optional lines there is. Oh, Astar Hills steps out as you come through here into the penultimate corner. Runs a bit wide, doesn't invalidate though. That's a bit of lag. As we see Charlie is on a 1:38.3. Rusty with a 34.1. Ralle Hallonen with a 32.8. Very, very nice. Here's what I want to do. I guess we can. She's heads on the mediums. Oh, Gets out wide and spins it. Cyprian coming through the SS now. Also on the mediums. It's fairly clean through the SS, which we always love to see. Very wide entrance, but it gives you the ability to keep your speed out on this long straight. As we finally get the everyone tag, so now people will actually maybe join. Cyprian coming through the final few corners. If you don't have a good setup here, it's very easy to spin out if you want to keep it flat, which my guess is most people want. Cyprian does a 136.7. Brother of Cat on the softs. Oh, goes a bit wide on the final penultimate corner, but doesn't invalidate and gets a run up to the final, up to the finish line, and does a 135.1. Storm Darkness King. Just 1/10 of his best time. And decides to go into the pits. So I think we've had our first set of laps. Cheeseheads on an out lap. Trying to burn fuel is my guess. Or the shifter doesn't work. But I would guess trying to burn off some fuel. So Haas, home race. What can they do here? I'm gonna look up the standings whilst we wait for everyone to get around for the second run. So we have Ghetto Biggie in first, Raleigh second. These heads, I did see your name, 8th currently in the Haas. What can they do now? Coming down through the SS. So hard to get right, but once you do, it's so rewarding. Fairly quick, and was a purple sector 1 as well, according to the map. I'm gonna take that with a slight pinch of salt though. If we see one of the Mercedes getting out of the way, darkness. A very long back straight. Down into the big braking point. And here is just trying to maximize or minimize your time. Select the line you feel comfortable with taking. These heads coming out to the finish line now. Goes third fastest. That's very good. Green Hornet has invalidated. Ralle on provisional pole. What can he do? Goes a bit wide and invalidates. Rusty. He's pushing. It's a 10th and a half. Behind. Rusty. Abort. Darkness with the fastest second sector. See what Darkness can do. It's looking good so far. It's gonna become a 1:33.2. Improves by half a second, but it's not quite enough. Ralle with a 1:32.8 is quickest so far. Different. Green Hornet pushing. Looks like it with the ERS training. Green Hornet has made it through the SS as well, which is the hardest part to get through. Right on the edge. It's a time of 1:37.777 on the board. Mr. Hex 1:32.9. On the last run. Can Mr. Hex improve is the question. It's a good exit out on the long back straight. That was a pretty cool camera angle. Coming through the final sector now. Needs to get this one right, and does. Quite easy to run wide on that penultimate corner. Comes out and does a 1:32.5. and is on provisional pole. Very good lap. This is the brother of Cat's car. The would assume got wheel spin and couldn't recover, and unfortunately hit the wall. As the fastest one, which we'd like to see. Rusty, quickest in the second sector, up by nearly 2/10. Can Rusty nail this? One 33.4, improved by 2/10. He stays 5th. Marky. Doesn't need a lot to get up to 6th place. What can Marky do better than that? Yes, P3! Amazing lap by Marky. 1:33.2. As we see Ralle currently in 2nd place, starting his final run of qualifying for round 19, and invalidates. It's so easy to do. You never like to see it. Can darkness do anything? Darkness has invalidated. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Cheeseheads. Cyprian. Cyprian get a couple of places here. Was up by 1 second at the last sector split. Cyprian does a 1:34.6, gets P9, improves by 2 seconds. Very, very good. And I think that's it for qualifying. So it's gonna be Mr. Hex on pole, Ralle Hallanen in 2nd, Cheeseheads is gonna get 3rd. Is Archigil out on the lap? Archigil is out on the lap and goes 6th. Ralle 2nd, Cheeseheads 3rd, Marky in 4th, Darkness 5th, Archigil 6th, ahead of Rusty in 7th, Sparkplug 8th, Cyprian in 9th, Brother of Cat crashed but still managed to get P10. Green Hornet gets P11 and gets a free choice of tires. Tar Heels gets P12, Tafur gets P13, and the Chaos Druid with no time gets P14. Couple of validated laps. It's gonna be very interesting indeed to see what's gonna happen. Rusty obviously ran in Tier 1, has some advantage with having run it previously today, is in the groove, so to say. So whilst we are waiting for some for the players or drivers to do their setups, the finishing touch to their setups and strategy, I'm gonna try to find a fun fact about the United States of America, and let's see if you guys knew about that. Interesting facts about the United States. There is apparently more bourbon than people in Kentucky. 4.7 million barrels filled with bourbon, which outweighs the population of Kentucky, which is 4.3 million. And there we go, that's the wait over. Just 10 seconds remaining until we have the formation lap. Oh, there's no formation lap. It's 5 lads and away we go. And Chaos Druid gets disqualified for reversing off the start line. Okay. Well, there you can see the predicted pit stop strategy. I don't think that's gonna be the case. Mr. Hex is keeping P1 ahead of Ralle. Marky P3 currently up very close to Ralle, trying to make it a 1-2 for the Red Bull team. Ralle seems to have a bit more speed than Marky. Marky maybe not using ERS, as we see Rusty getting ahead of Sparkplug. And Roman numerals going side by side with Cyprian. And Cyprian has to back down. So as lap 1 winds down, Mr. Hex keeps P1, Rolhallen P2, Marky P3, Archigil here in P4, ahead of Darkness in P5, Rusty P6, Sparkplug P7, Brother of Cat is closing up, but it's still in P8, Roman numerals P9, Cyprian P10, Green Hornet P11, Tar Heels on the mediums, in P12, These Heads, P13 and Stafu Pits, I think has, yeah, no front wing. What tires? Selected soft? I have no idea what's going on. Darkness. Yeah, I'm with you, Druid. What is going on? Oh. Darkness hits Rusty. If they swap places and Rusty. Ooh. Keep it clean, guys. Rusty is P4, Darkness now P5, and Archigil P6. And Mr. Hex has a pretty convincing lead. 1.8 seconds ahead of Raleigh. Oh! As Darkness went off extremely wide, and there is a virtual safety car. I can't see a safety car coming out, so yeah, it must be a virtual safety car. As I think Darkness lost control through the long right-hander. And Roman numeral picks up a 3-second time penalty under virtual safety car. That's not what you wanna do. So Roman numerals and Marky Kosick already have 3 seconds, which is gonna be something to keep an eye on. DRS gets enabled as the virtual safety car goes away. Marky very close to Raleigh on the restart. So Marky nailing the virtual safety car. And whilst Raleigh is defending this, Mr. Hex is saying au revoir. And it's already halfway to Mexico. Which I think is the next one. And we also have another penalty on Tafur. Another 3 seconds. And it's so easy to pick up. Just go an inch too far on the inside and you will get a warning. Archie close to Rusty. Gets a very good exit compared to Rusty. Stays behind and will have DRS and slipstream. Takes a tighter line. Rusty with a wider exit. And they touch! Rusty touch Archigil and then get ran into by a spark plug, and now they are touching again. And Brother of Cat is also here. What is going on? As Rusty and Brother of Cat runs very wide, and Marky puts down the fastest lap of the race so far with the 1:36. as Raleigh gets very close to Marky. Who can get the best run through the SS? Looks like Marky is pulling away slightly. Roman numerals very close to Brother Calf. Decides to stay behind as Tafur gets another 3-second time penalty. As the two Honda powered cars go side by side. And Raleigh gets the position. But Marky comes back and takes a pretty interesting racing line. As Cheeseheads is out somewhere. I actually can't see where. Looks like at the end of the SS. His brother Calf picks up a 3-second time penalty. Rusty pits. Interesting. What does Rusty decide to pit for? Mediums. We'll have to make one more stop, as I don't see the mediums going 22 laps. But it's in a great position for a safety car. Unless it comes right now. Marky with a penalty to remind you, but it's very close to Raleigh. The front wing is open. And going side by side. And Raleigh does the switchback move. And has the position. Goes a bit wide. And Marky gets the position. Incredible. Let's hope it stays like this for all 28 laps with people fighting. Because this is incredible to see. Roman numerals picks up a time penalty. Mr. Hicks 5 seconds ahead of Marky. Marky has used a lot of ERS though, flashing at the end of the straight. Raleigh goes a bit wide through one of the turns, which isn't what you want to do. Roman numerals close as well. And this train is going to be interesting to see. For 38 seconds behind. Obviously have done the pit stop for a front wing change, which doesn't help, but it's sticking it out there, and it's obviously just one safety car away as Raleigh picks up a 3-second time penalty, and Tafur decides to retire. Actually, I can't save it. And there's a safety car. So Mr. Hicks dives into the pits. Luckily wasn't ahead of the pits. So I guess we'll see everyone except for Rusty. And Archie Gunn picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh no, that's not what you want to do. And Rusty is probably not happy right now. And picks up a time penalty during the safety car. It's obviously not what you want to do. Mr. Hex is already out. Obviously stays in first position as everyone else pitted. Except for Rusty. Who gets up to P8. So, if we take a look at the penalties, Marky has 9 seconds. Raleigh has 3 seconds. Archie Gill picked up that 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Brother of Kath has 3 seconds. Roman numerals has 6 seconds. And Rusty has 3. And this can definitely come into play, especially with a late safety car. As Marky and Raleigh hits each other and picks up 5 seconds. Which they are gonna have to serve. Marky is gonna have to serve because Marky is on softs, which definitely won't make it 20 laps. So Mr. Hex and Sparkplug looking very good right now without penalties and being up so far. Cyprian on the mediums, no penalties. Green Hornet and Tar Heels on the softs, also without penalties. So now everyone has caught up to the safety car, which means the safety car will come in next lap. And obviously that isn't the rule in real life. The safety car can go in when it's done. But in the game it waits for everyone, which to be fair makes it fair for everyone when league racing like this. As Mr. Hex gives us a look at the red safety car, Mercedes safety car, which Codemasters have decided is the choice for today. But behind the safety car we have a double Red Bull 1-2 and technically a 3, as AlphaTauri is also a Red Bull team. Archie in the Alfa Romeo 4th ahead of the lovely Aston Martin in 5th. Williams, Brother Cat P6. Roman numerals as the safety car is in this lap. In the McLaren Papaya car. Rusty in the Alpha. Cyprian wins 9th in the Williams. Green Hornet in the orange in the McLaren, and Tar Heels in the Alpine powered by Renault. Mr. Hex is in control of the field. Hasn't backed up a whole lot. And decides to go. The safety car peels into the pits. Raleigh very close to Marky. And now we have another 3 laps without DRS, which is going to be interesting to see. As Archigil goes side by side with Raleigh. Raleigh kept the position. But this is the most important turn, because you need a good exit to carry the speed down to here. And especially when DRS is in play, you don't wanna just fall out because of the bad exit. Archigale closing up a bit. Mr. Hicks is 1.2 seconds ahead of its teammate, of the Red Bull teammate. Mr. Hicks with the fastest lap in the new fresh softs. Raleigh is obviously going to be a bit slower through the first phase, but it's gonna come back to Raleigh in the second half of the race. Archigale is close. The spark plug picks up a 3-second time penalty. And this is a fight that Raleigh doesn't need to take. Raleigh can let Archigale go because they're on different strategies, which will only cost Raleigh tire life and time. But sticks it side by side. Would love to see a fight, even when it's not needed. Takes a very wide approach, does the switchback. And Raleigh keeps it. I lost 4/10, even half a second through that sector alone. As Marky picks up another 3 seconds. Which I want to say is probably enough to keep him out of the race. It's very hard to catch up. Sparkplug taking a small look on Archigale. Archigale and Raleigh fighting so hard. Sparkplug comes up and say, hello, I'm gonna have a look and see if I can get a couple of places. And we also saw that DRS is activated, which means Archigale and Sparkplug is gonna have DRS to help them. And are we gonna have a 3-wide moment? No, Sparkplug thinks better of it. But we have a first front row seat of Archigale versus Raleigh. Archigale actually has the position now for P3. And now it would be important for Raleigh to not let it fall away. And it's still kinda important. Because if Raleigh can keep with Article and save ERS whilst using DRS, that will only help him at the end of the race, as Citroen has pitted for a new front wing and a set of soft tires. Raleigh is inside the DRS window, so we'll get help from DRS down this long straight. Archigale doesn't need to worry about Raleigh. Keeps him behind. Roman numerals though, close to Brother of Cat. If these two work together and doesn't fight too much, they could catch up those 3 seconds up to Sparkplug and latch onto that DRS frame. Rusty also just outside that DRS range. I don't think Rusty got it for this lap. Roman numerals another 3 seconds. No, Rusty didn't get it. That hurt Rusty a bit. Archie Gill picks up a 3-second penalty. As Raleigh picks up a 3-second time penalty as well. Here you can see the penalties. Archie Gill with 8 seconds. 3 for speeding in the 5 for speeding in the pit lane and 3 for track extensions / corner cuts. As Raleigh gets it. Archigale 6 with him. Mr. Hex is still sitting very neatly on the top. It's a bit reminding of the Premier Tier, which also had a Red Bull sitting pretty at the top without penalties. It's a bit of a deja vu feeling. Another 3 seconds. That second place is purely academic at this point. It's not gonna be a second place once this race is finished. Archigale opens up that rear wing, fakes to the right, goes to the left, and gets the move done cleanly. As we see, ooh, Brother of Cat and Roman numerals going at it. As I think Roman gave the place back, which is sporting. Rossi is also very close by. Has latched on and made this a 3-way train. As Archigale goes into the pits for what I would assume is the last time, unless there is a safety car, and has to serve this 5-second time penalty as well for speeding in the pit lane the last time. It's just costly. Now what Ralle have to do is keep the pace up for the second half, when I assume Ralle is gonna go to the softs. Unless you wanna do a crazy tire strat and go to the end on those mediums. As the rear wing opens up behind the car of Roman numeral, he isn't close enough this time to Brother of Cat, and Rusty has fallen away. Ooh, Roman with a great line. Brother of Cat. They give each other good space, which is lovely to see. This helicopter view is incredible. Oh, Brother Cat gets a bit loose. As we see, Rusty goes into the pits. Sparkplug is in the pits as well. As we run up to turn 1. Rusty and Green Hornet puts mediums on, as does Sparkplug, and Archegale also puts mediums on. Which will definitely go to the end with 11 laps to go. Did Brother Cat? No, Brother Cat did not get any DRS. Archegale get closer and closer to Aston Martin. They're side by side. Archegale gets the position for now. As Marky goes into the pits, will serve a 5-second penalty if I'm not mistaken. So Raleigh is in second place now, 7.7 seconds behind Mr. Hex. And Brother of Cat trying to get close to Roman numerals. Rusty and Tar Heels close together. Rusty has the DRS and is in front. A bit wide there, but gets a good line through that final king. And will get DRS on the long straight behind Marky. Marky has 18 seconds worth of penalties, which would put Marky 10th, I believe, if my math is correct. And Roman numerals as Mr. Hex goes into the pits and is on another set of mediums. Roman numerals is just behind Mr. Hicks, and that was important to Mr. Hicks. No traffic at all. So Mr. Hicks just need to see what I can do to catch up to Ralle. I need to see, Ralle did start on soft. Can go to the end if his tires allow it. It's gonna be a pain in the ass in the end, but could technically do it. Could wait and pray for a safety car as well, which would take him out in 3rd place, I believe. Unless Roman numerals also pits, which then would make it 2nd place. So hard commentating on this race when you don't know what's gonna happen, especially where people will finish, as the penalties are gonna be. They're gonna be massive for some people. Green Hornet and Cyprian though, without penalties. Credit to you guys. And Brother of Cat is fighting Rusty for P7. Brother of Cat on fresh softs against 2 lap old mediums for Rusty. It's a good exit. And we get to DRS. Just has to stay behind. Wasn't quite close enough to go for the move, but we'll easily get it here. Rusty has absolutely nothing. To say about that move being made. Now Rusty just needs to try and stick with Brother of Cat and not lose DRS. It's already out of DRS as Mr. Hex gets the fastest lap of the race, but Ralle comes into the pits, gets on the soft tires. Marky gets out ahead, and now the question is, how good can Marky defend? Archie also got out ahead of Ralle. Quite a ways ahead. But if Marky and Archie Gill fight, they will invite Ralle quite quickly. I think this is the screen we want right now. The penalties. Currently, Mr. Hex has 3 seconds, but is winning the race. Because Roman numerals has 15 seconds. And is 7 seconds behind. Marky has 21 seconds worth of penalties and has 3.5 seconds. Up to Roman numerals. Actually, right now I need this to try and make sense. Archie Gill is currently in 2nd place. And Ralle just about in 3rd. Sparkplug is very close though. So it's gonna be interesting. And Brother of Cat picks up 3 seconds, which takes Brother of Cat to 6. Which means Sparkplug doesn't need to worry as much. But Brother of Cat needs to worry about Rusty, who is only 2.3 seconds behind. As we see, Ralle get alongside and past the Alfa Romeo. Oh! I think got a touch. And Roman numerals is also up to 21 seconds worth of penalties. Which unfortunately is way too much. Markey wants the title of most penalty seconds today, 24. So currently Mr. Hex in first place. Mathematically, Archigil is in second. Ralle is in third. And Ralle passes Archigil. And now needs to pull a gap. A 3-second gap. Unless Archigil picks up a 3-second time penalty. That's a bit of lag. Gets caught on stream, which is very annoying. What can Marky do to defend against Ralle? As we see Mr. Heck. Oh! Marky. I meant not Mr. Hex. Marky get past Roman numerals and then lag. It looked like Marky hit Roman, which he obviously didn't. Ralle tries to get underneath Roman, gets a better exit, but is on the outside, but has just that much more grip. And oh, goes wide, and Marky is there and has left the session. Marky Kosi has left the session. I don't have Marky as a friend, so I can't add Marky. If anyone yeah, no. Hopefully we can join back. Losing time now, obviously, as the AI isn't the strongest. Roman trying to stick with Ralle. Ralle needs to hope for a miracle to catch Mr. Hex. Needs to catch him by about 3 seconds a lap. Which I don't see happening. Brother of Cat against Sparkplug. Brother of Cat gets it done. But can Sparkplug do anything? Though, as long as Sparkplug stays within the DRS of Brother of Cat, it's not gonna matter, as Brother of Cat still has 3 seconds more than Sparkplug in penalties. So Brother of Cat really needs to get those softs working. and gets another 3 seconds. Now needs to pull a 6-second gap. And I don't see that happening. So currently Sparkplug is all the way up in 3rd place. If my math is correct. Raleigh has enough time. Yeah, Raleigh is currently 2nd place. Needs to catch Mr. Hex by about 4 or 5 seconds a lap. So Mr. Hex hasn't had much screen time today. Been very dominant. And yeah, just need to keep it on the road and don't do a tam bar. I'm sorry, tam bar, that was mean. But yeah, just keep it together as Brother of Calf is trying to overtake on what I assume is the AI of Marky Caustic, as I haven't seen the message of Marky joining. It means it will be a pretty easy pass, because in the braking zone the AI isn't too good. Sparkplug obviously doesn't want to lose too much time to Brother of Calf. As there is still a slight possibility to pull a 6-second gap, even if it's tough. But if you're stuck behind someone, it's not gonna make it better. Using the DRS, using ERS. Gets past Marky. Mr. Hex picks up a time penalty. This brings Mr. Hex and Ralle equal. But it's still 11 seconds as Ralle picks up another 3 seconds. And now the maps is that Ralle is 12, 15, 16 seconds ahead of Sparkplug still. So Sparkplug needs to catch about 10 seconds. Which I don't see happening. And now it's Rusty's turn as my intervals disappear. Which is not fun when trying to do math about time. So we're just gonna go to the leader because we'll get them back and get the times back when they cross the finish line. Which is actually quite useful because I can do the math quite simply. And we have 2 times back. We have Cyprian, Tar Heels, and the Green Hornets. Archigil has 8th place locked down. Cyprian is too far back, unless a spin happens. Here, Mr. Hex. As Marky Caustic leaves again? Maybe Marky was back. Ralle is 12 seconds behind. Roman numerals is 10 seconds behind. So Brother of Calf is 12 seconds behind. 15. Sparkplug is about 15-16 seconds. As we have a 3 wide moment into the first turn of the last lap. Sparkplug against Rusty. This is a fight for position. They both have 3 seconds. This is the fight. The rest is gonna be done on time. As Tar Heels picks up a 3-second time penalty, that's not gonna matter. Sparkplug against Rusty. Rusty. Sparkplug keeps it on the inside. And Ralle picks up another 3 seconds. Sparkplug needs to be 9 seconds behind, and that is still too far. As Mr. Hex has won, I am so sorry I missed that. Mr. Hex has won the American Grand Prix. Rusty can't quite get past Sparkplug. So we have Mr. Hex as the winner. Ralle second. We have Sparkplug third. Rusty just misses out on the podium by 0.2 seconds. Gets fourth. Brother of Cat got 5th in the end. Roman numerals got 6th. Archigil got 7th. Marky Caustic is currently 8th. Cyprian gets 9th. But I have a slight suspicion Tar Heels is gonna jump up a couple of places. No, Tar Heels gets 10th. That's Green Hornet. Green Hornet jumps up 1 place, gets P11. Wow, what a race. Driver of the day is, according to the game, Roman numerals. I would give it to Mr. Hex. Total domination from Mr. Hex. The lovely Swedish flag on the second step of the podium. 2 Swedish podiums and 2 Americans on the top step of the podiums. But we'll see about that in Tier 1 at least. So then, Mr. Hex gets P1, keeps it together the best. Ralle Hallonen gets 2nd place. Sparkplug gets 3rd after a lot of penalties. Rusty gets 4th. Brother of Cat got 5th. Roman numerals got 6th. Archigil got 7th. Marky Caustic got 8th. Cyprian wins, gets 9th. Green Hornet got P10. Ahead of Tar Heels, who got P11 in the end. Tafur, Cheeseheads, and Darkness King all DNF'd. And the Chaos Druid, I have no idea what happened, but got a DSQ right off the bat. That has been Tier 2 for the United States Grand Prix, round 19. I will hopefully see you at another time. Enjoy your night, happy 2022, and see you next time.